Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Elias here with Hookah Heat Weekly. We are back with another episode. It is me by myself tonight. I don't have my co-host Moist tonight, but I am bringing you the man behind Packmatz, the owner, contestant of Hookah Battle, Mr. Bracken Cox, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show.
What's going on, Elias? How are you today?
Pretty good, my man. How are you doing today?
I am doing wonderful. Thank you for having me on your Hookah Heat Weekly.
Yes, sir. So how are you doing today? How's everything been?
I'm doing well. I'm not sure if it's on your end or my end, but I am having a really hard time understanding you.
Hold on, give me 1 second right quick.
There's no audio. Can you hear me? I am afraid I have brought the curse of technical difficulties with me from an old podcast to a new one. I am so sorry.
Can you hear me now?
I sure can, Elias. Woo! Music to my ears.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Technical difficulties today. But it's all right. We're here. What are we smoking tonight, Mr. Bracken?
What a great question. I am smoking out of a pipe that me and you and a couple other people in the States have had the pleasure and opportunity to purchase, the Dark Side Aeon collaborative pipe. On top of that, I have kind of Frankenstein, a Kinemon Molecular. Fits perfectly. And a Tangier's 80-foot bowl with, a Hookah John 80 feet bowl with Tangier's Winter Green, a really delicious flavor. Doesn't really taste like wintergreen, but if you know, you know.
Oh yeah. So I am actually also smoking out of our the Dark Side Aeon with just a regular I forgot the name of these, but it's just a regular hose.
Oh yeah, I do have the Resin King's handle.
I am smoking off a ST bowl, and I'm smoking Cashmere Peach with cane mint, alpha cane mint to be exact.
Is that the ST bowl that looks like a flower pot, the funnel bowl, or do you have the eggy version?
The funnel bowl, actually.
Is your funnel really low in that bowl?
Yeah. The funnel is really low.
The first time I bought that bowl, it showed up and I was like, oh man, I got a defect. Because I'd never seen a funnel bowl that was like, the funnel was nearly level with the bottom. And that was exciting. Then I saw everybody's pictures and I was like, oh, it's supposed to be that way.
It's normal. It makes you actually look at what you actually pack and how you pack it. So lately I've been packing my Tangiers a little bit fluffed. So
hey, that's gutsy. Have you ever truly fluffed it?
Yeah. I think it was Monday, or it was one of these days that I got on hangs and actually ended up having it fluffed, and the first hit just got to me really quick.
Yeah, I was talking with Brandon Olison, and he was encouraging to try that, and I was like, dude, you're not supposed to pack Tangiers that way, but turns out you can pack it however you want, and he was right. You know, you get like a really strong flavor.
Yeah,
and it's got quite the kick.
It really does.
Quite the kick.
Quite the good kick. So welcome, Joe. Welcome, Wayne. So let's talk. How did you get started smoking hookah? How
Man,
long have you been smoking?
I started smoking hookah my second or third year in college. You know how for me, college was just like meeting a whole bunch of different people in the very beginning and just going out and hanging out with everybody at least once or twice and kind of trying to figure out like my people, right? Like who's my tribe. And I met a group of guys that I really enjoyed kicking it with and came over one night and they had this like crazy looking contraption on the coffee table. And I was like, what is this? They're like, it's a hookah. And I was like, a hookah? What's that? I had no idea. I was like, guys, I don't smoke weed. They were like, no, man, there's no weed in here. And I was like, oh, okay, I didn't know. So took a hit and loved it. I think it was a Starbuzz flavor.
Yeah.
Because I think this was like 2012, 2013. Starbuzz, Al Fokker, those guys were really everywhere. You really didn't have like a ton of amazing options like we do now when you go buying stuff, right? It was like Al Fokker, Nakala, Fantasia, Starbuzz, and like maybe some weird off brands, right?
Haze was very popular back in the day.
Haze like got popular like I think a year like in my area they didn't start carrying Haze. And so like obviously when you first start smoking, like hookah doesn't exist outside of your local smoke shop. So if your local smoke spot doesn't carry it, it's not a real thing. Yeah. So I didn't know what Haze was until the Watermint 5 cents a cup, that flavor kind of release time came out.
Yeah.
And I quit smoking Starbuzz after that.
So funny enough, me and you share a connection. We're part of the Texas family. So Bracken, you hail from Austin, Texas, right? If I'm not mistaken, a little bit north.
I'm from what used to be a little town and is not a little town anymore called Round Rock, Texas, which is in between Pflugerville and Georgetown. So it's like 1 or 2 cities away from Round Rock. And it was a really nice place. It's like kind of where the young people who aren't city people live. And then like you have like Georgetown, which is like where the old people live. Then like Pflugerville, which were the people who wanted to be Austin people but couldn't afford it, lived. No, that's rude. I'm sorry for people who live in Pflugerville. It's a great place. It's spelled funny, but hey, so are a lot of places in Texas. But yeah, dude, Texas gang, bang bang, the Lone Star State.
So you also created this thing called Packmatz. Tell us how that got started. How did everything inspire you to make Packmatz?
Yeah, so this was actually like the first official Packmat. Me and my wife have a kitchen table that is wooden, and she paints her nails at home. And so she was buying these little flexible cutting boards so that she could like take the acetone and like remove her nail polish and it wouldn't eat the table. Cause like there's a spot where it hit and it ate the table. And we were like, we got to fix that. So we started buying these things and they didn't say Packmatz on them. They're just these little flexible cutting boards. And luckily for me, dumb luck enough, it came in a 2-pack. And so she had one of them with her little nail get up set. And the other one was just kind of hanging around the house. And I just picked it up, threw it on the counter, and started packing my bowls on it. I think the original thing that kind of spawned me was like a double apple bowl one time that I did on a cutting board. And then we made some chicken. And the chicken kind of tasted funny. And I was like, yeah, I can't be using the food cutting boards for packing my bowls anymore. So just started doing that. And I thought, you know what? I could personalize this. And so made a couple for my friends, sent them out. They loved them. And then me and my wife were like, well, we have a vinyl machine and got the entrepreneurial spirit. And let's see what we could do with it. So Packmatz was born, and that was 2018.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's what kicked it all off.
Man, that's interesting. That's really cool. So speaking of which, you've been in it since 2018. Is there anything new that you might have coming out in the works or anything like that that people might be interested to see?
We do have some new. I'll show one thing off now, and then Elias maybe ask me again a little later in the show. We could show the coolest of the new things. That way, we can try to keep some viewer retention. Right, stay around, hang out. You guys know and love the flexible cutting boards with the vinyl. That's what started it. We do the glass, the tempered glass cutting boards. Everything's customized. But recently, we've been getting into etching the glass, which has been kind of a struggle. We don't have an etching like a laser machine or anything like that, so we have to get creative and use like different materials and different application styles. But this is a Hookah University. I'm trying to, where am I putting it? Right here, maybe. I don't know. We'll put it somewhere on my black shirt. You can see it perfectly there. So we're trying to get into etching, and this one I played around with it a little bit. I etched it, and then I put like a white paint on it, and I wiped it off so that the white paint kind of stayed in the grooves, and it actually doesn't look that good. So not going to be doing that in the future unless I really figure it out. But yeah, we're doing etching. So a much more permanent kind of way to design the Packmatz. Definitely dishwasher safe, and we'll see what happens in the future. I know that there are 1 or 2 etched glass Packmatz floating around. I think Travis Leader has one of them.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I forget who has the other one, but yeah, we've been playing around with it. So hopefully in the next month or so, we'll be able to put those up on the site, have that as an option, and yeah. It's a fun time. I'm trying to do some new things. Trying to operate in like different mediums and stuff. It's not boring to put vinyl on them, but I want to try and keep it fresh.
Yeah. No, and
like try and be creative. I think like the thing we'll show later on in the show kind of pushes the envelope for what I've done artistically. Like it's more than just like a design cut out in vinyl and applied. It's just kind of like trying to be creative. And make like really cool, unique pieces that are just special.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's really cool. What we'll show later on is state of the art, pretty cool. That, in my opinion. So you recently competed in 2 hookah battles. So congratulations, first off, third place on both of them.
Yeah, I'm really good at getting third.
I mean, going up against different people from around the world.
For sure.
In markets that hookah is way bigger than it is in the States. What inspired you to actually say, you know what, I'm gonna get into it. I want to become a hookah battle legend eventually. What is it that got you into it?
So oddly enough, I think I just kind of fell into it on accident. Stanislav made a post 2 or 3 months ago about the blind hookah battle pack off. It was going to be going on during the 4th of July weekend. And the whole premise was creating a hookah, start to finish, blindfolded as quickly as possible. And the thought of that was really intriguing to me. And so very last minute, I signed up. I posted on all of my social media platforms and rallied as many supporters I could. And Team Pack It, Poke It, Smoke It was born. And I'm really, really glad that I just decided to make it happen because we took third in the blind pack off, it was a really good time. I had a really fun time, and I only burned myself a little bit. So,
hey, that. I watched both of them. I enjoyed your presentation on both of them. The second one, which was the mixing stories, was pretty cool. I like your video that you did. So
yeah, that was a lot of fun. That one took a lot more like back thought. The whole premise was where you're from, it's your region. Make a mix that kind of tells a story about your region, and show off where you're from. And I really like what the Hookah Battle is doing with these kind of digital platforms.
Yeah.
Not only does it allow like me to compete with people from Ukraine and Turkey and Russia and India and the UK and South America, right? But like it just kind of it's really cool to see them adapt to the kind of the social climate that we're in with the pandemic and all that fun stuff going on. So, we will prevail. Hookah battle still goes on. People still find a way to have fun and compete, even though we're a world apart. And I really had a good time with that mix and story. It was a blast. I had a really good time.
So your mix was Tangiers Cane Mint, 10% Trifecta Dark Grapefruit, 35%, 40% Eternal Smoke Lime Lit, and 15% Tangiers Pink Grapefruit.
Yes, but it was Alpha Cane Mint, so it was even a little nicer icing on top of the cake.
Oh yeah, so I actually have Alpha Cane Mint, and it's really smokes really good as well too. So
I think they just need to just forget the original whatever Alpha Cane recipe they're doing right now, just throw it away. Make everything Alpha Cane. That's the flavor that I think everybody who grew up on Tangiers remembers.
Yeah,
it's so good. I haven't wanted to buy a cane mint in years. It's the same thing every time. It's not quite as, in my opinion, not quite as good as it used to be. And the Alpha Cane came out. I got my hands on some, and it was delicious. It was so good.
So shout out to Derek Moses, who was a guest on our show last week. Shout out to Raul. So Raul is like, need more Alpha Cane Mint. So, but yeah, no, congratulations on that. I hope to see more of you in Hookah battle. Hopefully, next time is first place.
Yeah, I set my goal high. I said this after the third place victory on the after show with Jeremy and Matt, but I think it'd be really cool to be the first American in the Hookah Battle Legends. And the way they do that is you have to have, I think, 41 points or more. So I just need to get a couple first places, maybe a couple more second places. Anything, I'll be happy with third, but it'll take a little bit longer to get there.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be really cool, because it's in this America. It's about damn time we showed up, like let us we're knocking on the door. We want to be in the party. You know what I mean? Like we're here.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, most definitely are repping the U.S. good. So did a great job and being one of the first Americans, I think, apart from the Hookah battle that happened at HEW in the States. They were one of the first Americans to actually place internationally in the Hookah battle. So congratulations on that. Also, congratulations on 4K followers for Hookah University. So you are one of the deans at Hookah University. So
I moderate over there, and I have to tell people when they're being naughty and when they're being nice. So that's always fun.
Yeah. So let's get into a little bit about flavors. What's your favorite brand of shisha that you love to smoke? And what's your favorite pipe that you smoke out of when Bracken gets up and says, I'm gonna pack a bowl? What is that one hookah that you actually just gravitate towards the most?
So flavors. I need to pick one brand. Is that what we're doing here? Oh gosh, that's hard, right? Because if you had asked me maybe a year or two ago, my answer would have, without a doubt, no delay, immediately been Tangiers, right? I think Tangiers is a really awesome profile. I love the kind of dark notes that you get from every flavor towards the end of the bowl. It's kind of one of those things when the flavor starts dropping off, Tangiers kind of develops a certain profile at the end of the bowl. And if you smoke Tangiers, maybe you know what I'm talking about. Like, Elias, do you know what I'm talking about? Like when your flavor kind of dies, but you're still smoking it. It has that it tastes like kind of earthy, right?
Yeah, it has that little extra kick at the end that still has that flavor profile, but at the same time you get that little extra kick that kind of still keeps that flavor alive.
Yeah, and that's my favorite part about Tangiers is that kind of transition. In recent times, I'm smoking a lot more blondes. And a lot more Russian tobacco. And I think Russia's really doing a good job. Dark Side and Element are two that I've had the opportunity to try that, those are brands that are kind of kicking ass right now. They do good stuff. And then you got blondes, Eternal Smoke. For me, if I'm going to smoke a blonde, and I'm not going kind of traditional cut, Al Fokker, Adalia style, it's Eternal Smoke all the way. and most of the time it isn't a red tobacco. So, um, and Eternal Smoke brands like Alpha Kama, Alpha Kama kind of came and went, unfortunately, but those were really good brands for me to kind of figure out that, hey, I can smoke things other than Tangiers, and I can enjoy it. I am an enthusiast by self-proclamation, but there was a time when Tangiers was the only thing I wanted to smoke, and so I'm gonna have to say Tangiers. Anything Tangiers probably, except for Blue Flower. That one is.
Oh yeah, no, I don't like.
I've never actually done this, but I would imagine that Blue Flower is the flavor profile of licking the floor at Hobby Lobby. That's for me. That's what I would imagine it to be. Tastes of fake flowers and potpourri and arts and crafts Mod Podge. But all the other flavors are pretty good. And pipe wise, oh dude, that's so hard. Behind me, I don't know if you can see it. Maybe
I see it.
If I do this, I got a couple back here that I'm a big fan of. That Regal was kind of like my first enthusiast grade pipe that I fell in love with. I smoked that kind of every day for about a year almost, and then I found the DSH, which was my first stainless steel pipe, and I think that DSH really kind of turned me on to stainless steel pipes moving forward because they're so easy to maintain and clean, and they last so long. That you beat them up, you can smoke them every day, and they're still gonna hit. So right now I got the Dark Side Aeon. I love this pipe, dude. I mean, you've smoked it. Like, this is a banging pipe. I love my Kinemod. They both smoke very different. They both sound different. And then anything stainless steel. I love stainless steel. You got your Tratty boys, and you got your Syrian guys, and you got your your certain brand dudes. But for me, it's like I'm looking at material and design, and I like wide open draws. I like clean purges, and I just like it to hit smooth.
Yeah, so that's what literally because I start my first official enthusiast pipe was the Zara Spade. Like, that was when Zara was really big in the market. That was my first actual purchase. Then I ended up getting the Regal Prince, and then I ended up getting a MIG, and then I wanted the Dark Side Aeon, and I literally switch out of all of them, but the one that I enjoy smoking the most out of is the Dark Side Aeon because of the pull, the purge, and it has really no restrictions on it when you smoke out of it. So I understand completely.
They did a good job making this pipe. I mean,
I'm impressed.
If Aeon ever comes out with this model and it's not the dark side version and it's just stainless steel, I mean, I'm not going to be able to get one because I already have the one in black stainless, but it's a banger. I mean, Aeon makes really good pipes. I mean, German engineering at its finest, right? For a long time, they kind of led the game in automobiles, and right now their pipes are they're so precise. They know what they're doing, and they're clean, and they work. They actually think about it, and they're not just making a pipe to sell.
So speaking of Russian brands, Element made it into the States about 2-3 months ago, if I'm not mistaken. What do you think about what are your predictions on any other brands? I know Darkside is trying to come to the States. But what other brands would you like to see apart from Darkside and Element?
That's a hard one to say just because those are the only two brands I've had the opportunity to try. I know brands like Sabero, I think that's how you say it. They make like a bajillion flavors, and they make a bunch of weird flavors, and they're just out there doing it. So, I'm not, well versed on the legal side and FDA regulation and all that fun stuff. So, I don't want to speak too much on that, but it was interesting to see that Element got here so quickly, in light of all this talk. So hopefully they hang around. Hopefully they're here for the long haul. Yeah. It's not just like a firework, it's a long, slow burn. I enjoy it. You can pack it light or how you can pack it hard or however you want to pack it, and it smokes pretty well. I've enjoyed their cola flavor quite a bit. Mix it with raspberry, blackberry, lemon, fashoa. or
So I
however you say it.
So Raul said must have as well. I know Jeremy Bird actually enjoys smoking must have too. So I think that's another brand that I'm excited for to come to the market
So you're saying that it's a must have.
It is.
What you're saying.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they got a lot of brands over there, man. Like there's a lot of people over there making tobacco. So, I try not to get too caught up in just the names and the fact that they're Russian tobaccos. I still want to smoke good quality stuff. Stuff that's made carefully and thoughtfully. So it's good to see the big brands doing it, and hopefully they keep doing it, and we'll see them get over here. And if not, then there's probably going to be an underground market for it. So
True.
Find a plug.
Yeah. So just a quick thing before we continue, just a quick shout out to all the hookah vendors out there: Hookah John, Sobe Hookah, Hookah Dash Shisha, Texas Hookah, Peter Smoke USA, of course, our boys Brandon and Jack from Peter Smoke USA. Shout out to the Hookah Chamber of Commerce. Thank you for everything you do for the hookah community. George from Regal. So just a quick shout out to all of them. I think I'm forgetting like South Smoke and
Sky Hookah is one. I'm always trying to look on their site for something to buy from them. I love Gregory and Dimitri. I got to hang out with them last year, I think, when they came down to Florida, and it's just kind of fun to like make personal connections and like enjoy people. Support the people you enjoy, because that's business.
Oh yeah, it's really good. So one thing, let's see, what's one thing that you want people to know about Brandon that people usually don't know about you?
You mean Bracken?
Bracken. Sorry.
Well, first thing I want you to know is my name is Bracken. That's important. I don't know, like what have been some things people have said? Like I enjoy making content. I try and be funny. I try and make it fun. And I try and keep it light. I don't know. I'm trying to become an influencer. Pack it, poke it, smoke it. The mentality behind that is keep it simple. It's hookah. Focus more on who you're smoking with and what you're talking about than all the little details. Because at the end of the day, I think the hookah is an amazing tool to bring people together. So many good friendships, right? That's my favorite thing about hookah. It's just like I've gotten to know so many cool people from like everywhere.
Oh yeah,
and it wouldn't have been a thing if I wasn't involved in the online communities.
True. So you also have a video out there. You and Mario from Hookah University.
Oh, talk about Was. Yes. We oh man, I don't even know how it happened. It happened so fast, and it happened kind of on a drunk hangs. We get together and smoke hookah in a whereby chat room like this, but with 12 people. Sometimes we're playing video games, sometimes we're listening to music. I think that night we were like dancing and drinking, and then all of a sudden we just started like coming up with this stupid idea that turned into a thing. Me and Mario were kind of right there when it happened, but there were so many other people that were involved directly and indirectly. So if you go out and listen to Was, it's like actually a community effort, even though it's just me and Mario's face on it. Big shout out to like Jeremy, for example. He did a lot of Photoshop work for us and helped us like come up with like that really funny cover photo. My wife helped me do a lot of the audio engineering. Like, she helped me out with that. And then, there were like probably 15 other people that were just kind of spitting ideas for lyrics at us. And, to name them all, I'd miss somebody. So I won't name any of them just for the sake of trying to be, inclusive to all of them. But there were so many people out there that were like, hey, what if you said this? Or, hey, you could say this. And it was like, even if we didn't use the idea, it definitely like triggered the idea that we did use. So it was a really, are you going to play it? Like,
yeah, let's play it.
Oh gosh. Yeah. So this is we did a abridged version, and we just took the first verse of Cardi B as Bracken B, and Megan the Stallion as Mario the Italian. And we just wet ass shisha. That's what we sang about. It was funny. If you can't play it now, definitely we'll just link it on.
Oh, we got it.
Oh,
Can't hear it.
Coals in this house, there's some coals in this house, there's some coals in this house, there's some coals in this house.
hold up, certified hookah freak, smoking 7 days a week. Wet ass shisha, cloud game on fleek. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, you fucking with some wet ass shisha. Bring a bowl and some coals for this wet ass shisha. No molar catch and change your water for this wet ass shisha. Pack it up, catch a buzz, extra large and extra hard. Put the clouds right in your face. I wanna smoke like Hookah John. For coals on top, I wanna hit. I smoke it hot, just a bit. Smoking the base, look at it purge. I smoke like the best, you gotta splurge. Multiple pipes, hard to choose. Doesn't matter, the smoke comes through. Want you to fluff that dark leaf pack, just like we're in charge. We like it tight, foil I mean, tight like a drum you never seen. After we smoke, we always clean, and let me tell you, I blow the smoke rings.
Pack me, poke me, foil on top of me. Quick like stretch that weed smoke the natural thing. Tell them how to pack your bolts don't got shit on me. I'll pack something new for this bowl burn. Now remember, relax, it ain't your turn. Throw in coals while you rip that rick. Tell them the pack don't mean a thing. I made up my mind for a plain cane. Now clean your bowls, flip them coals for this wet ass shisha. Join our group, post some pictures of this wet ass shisha. Send me back just a packet, that's some wet ass shisha. Cloud so thick, looks like rain, that's some wet ass shisha.
Yeah, 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 you fucking with some wet ass shisha. Bring a bowl and some coals for this wet ass shisha. Give me everything you got for this wet ass shisha. Coals on top, thick clouds drop, that's some wet ass shisha. Sweet and juicy, dirty water, that's some wet ass shisha. I'm talking wasp, that's some wet ass shisha. Make it sizzle, make it pop, that's some wet ass shisha. Huh. Oh, yeah. That little ending gets me every time.
It's awesome. Rose shares the same sentiment.
Man, we had a lot of fun, and I'm not going to say that we're not working on new songs. So maybe this will be a thing.
It should be your intro to hookah battles.
Hey, you know what? That's not a bad idea. I'll have to come up with something Pack and Polka Smoke It branded for sure.
Hey, yeah.
It was a lot of fun though. We had a blast. I tell you what, we spent like all night one night doing it. It was like 2 or 3 in the morning, and me and Mario were like, all right, let's just come back tomorrow morning and finish it. And so that's what we did. And a week later, WAS is worldwide. So, it's been on what is it? VK?
VK,
the Facebook in Russia. It's on YouTube. Go check it out. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Hopefully everybody enjoys it. That's why we did it, just to kind of make everybody smile. Everybody can relate too. You get some drippy shisha, and it's like, yo, this is gonna make my water dirty.
Yeah. That's so we're speaking of which, where could we find you on social media, both for Packmatz and for your personal brand?
Yeah, great question. So Packmatz is like my little side hustle. We're super busy, which is really awesome. And we're on Etsy. But you can find us at packmatz.com. PACKMATZ.com, one word. Don't forget the Z. And that's where you can get your own Packmatz. But beyond that, I'm on YouTube at Hookah University. And I started an Instagram page about a year ago. Kind of like, I just like the mentality of just pack it, poke it, and smoke it, right? It was like during a time when there's like a lot of rifting online, and people were very like butting heads about how to pack things, and you're wrong, you're right. And I was like, yo, that's not what this is about. A lot of us were just like, let's just make a conscious effort to start having fun. And, there are definitely days where we do better than others, but in the long run, that's kind of what Pack Smoke's all about. And so kind of trying to express my photography creativity. So check me out. Let me know what you think. It's exciting.
So Paul Salau says, what is your favorite wet ass shisha?
That is a good question. Wet shisha is not something I normally smoke. You know what? I will say, if you ever had the opportunity to smoke any of the MedWalk stuff, medwalk.com, any of the Nirvana brand stuff, I really enjoy their stuff. Their Eclipse line is like their kind of dark leaf mixed with the Doha. And, it is juicy. So if you're going to pack it, underpack it. I remember the first time I packed that brand, it boiled up and my Provost stuck to my foil. And I was like, whoa, okay, let me turn it down a little bit. But beyond that, every once in a while I'll get some Trifecta that's a little juicy, but Eternal Smoke's not too wet. Tangiers isn't too wet. Element, Dark Side, Dark Side's kind of wet, I think, right?
Yeah, Dark Side is pretty has a pretty nice wetness to it.
Yeah, we'll say like Nirvana Eclipse or Dark Side will be my favorite wet ass shisha. And there's no negative connotation to wet ass shisha. It's just shisha that's wet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So going back to Packmatz, what's that new project that you're working on with Packmatz as well?
Oh man. Okay, so we started coming out with the base mats, right? We've done a couple that have vinyl on the back. I know Travis got one. Fahim has one, to name a few. Hopefully it's okay to name drop. This doctor in the Middle East who I've never met and I don't know found me and he ordered some more. So we sent those out. Super exciting. But we started playing around with kind of like an artistic mindset. So we wanted to take a pack mat and we wanted to have fun with it. And we wanted to do something with a pack mat that was unique to only that pack mat. So like you see it happening a lot right now in like the artisan bowl community from like Stone and Hazy, just to name a few. Like some of those glazes are absolutely beautiful. And the chances of you having a glaze, like the Jawbreaker glaze. You remember those Jawbreaker glazes from like a couple years back that Brandon was putting out? You can't get them anymore, right? But every one of them was unique. You saw it done with Derek Moses. He does the splatter paint on his hoses, right? We did a splatter print on a pack mat. Just like that kind of like, this is mine and it's only mine and it's unique and it's unrecreatable. That's kind of the mindset we're going with. Kind of trying to create like, I don't want to say like expensive one-off pieces, but we are trying to just like have some fun with it and be creative. And one of the concepts we're playing around with right now is fractal burning. And so I got myself a machine built, so you can expect some sort of fractal burning to show up in pack mats in like the next year. But the product you're talking about, Elias, and the one that I'm really excited about is our artistic line. I don't know what we're calling it yet. Maybe you could help me come up with a name, but it's a base mat. So your hookah goes on top of it, and it's paint. It's a pour over paint. On one side it's glass, on the other side it's art. So you can hang this up, put this on display, show it off. These kinds of things never look the same. I could take the exact same amount of each paint and do the exact same thing, and it will look totally different. Maybe you'll have more green and a lot less gold, or maybe they'll mix and you'll have a lot more black. But this is kind of what we're working on next. Hopefully people like it and see what's going on. I got a couple samples I'm sending out for people to test for me, and that's kind of like how we do it. Is we'll send an idea out and ask people, hey, this is going to be free, but I want you to beat it up. I want you to help me find the flaws. So we got a couple of those going out. Super excited to see what that does, as well as the etching. Super excited to see that come out and see how people react to it. People hate it, we'll stop. But
no, I think that's something that we haven't seen before, especially in base mats. So I'm really excited to see that. I would actually call it pack bases.
We call them base mats.
Base mats.
Yeah,
but with a Z.
With a Z. The Z is important.
Yeah. So
yeah, I mean, like you look at what Brandon. I mean, you look at what like George Johnson's doing with Regals right now. He's got all those like really beautiful, like elegant woods, and he's doing all those resins. Now he's doing kind of pour over type deal, and so it's a trend right now. Hopefully, it'll catch on. But this is what we're rocking with. You know, this is kind of the next phase. This is like the next item we're going to be trying to drop soon. So hopefully people enjoy it enough to want to buy one. We're not going to do a lot of custom work on them. I'm just going to like pick ideas and pick colors and make them and throw them up on the site because it's so hard to like have someone say, oh, I want it to be black and gold and red, but I want more red than any of the other colors. I can't control that, you know, so I'm not going to tell you I'm going to be able to make it for you right now and not be able to deliver. Exactly. Thanks, Derek. Derek said it looks sick. I appreciate it. My goal is to make Packmatz look as pretty as Derek Moses hoses so that people compare them. But I got a long way to go because that leather looks so good. My Derek Moses hose sits right there. It sits on the top shelf in the front, and I'm very proud of it. And I like the artists coming through and making stuff.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna wrap it up here. Bracken, thank you for coming on to the show. Really appreciate it. Shout out to everybody who joined us today. Derek Moses, thank you for the love. Thank you everybody who has joined us as always. Follow Bracken on Packmatz. Pack It Poke Smoke It on Instagram. Follow his his business page on Packmatz. Go to packmatz.com and purchase your Packmatz then.
Do it.
Either way, I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Bracken, again, thank you for joining us. I don't know why I have Brandon in my mind right now.
Because I got a cool beard and a backwards hat.
But anyways, everybody, thank you for joining us next week. Join us next week at Thursday night sessions as we come back with another one. On behalf of me and the rest of the Hookah Heat Weekly team and Bracken, of course, with Packmatz, we are officially out. Smoke on and peace.